Please allow me to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Youssry Botros, the co-founder, chairman and chief executive officer of Panacea Nano. Before the creation of Panacea Nano, Dr. Botros spent more than 16 years at Intel Corporation, managing and directing various nanotechnology research and development programs and initiatives. During this time, Intel assigned him to be the executive director of the Functional Engineered Nano-Architectonic Center, known as FENA, as well as the Western Institute of Nanoelectronics, known as WIN. Both FENA and WIN are multidisciplinary, multi-investigator, government industry-funded R&D centers of excellence. Dr. Botros collaborated and worked closely with Sir Fraser for more than 13 years until they both founded Panacea Nano in 2015. Throughout their many years of collaboration, Dr. Botros was involved in international R&D programs that involved dozens of scientists around the world. Since 2015, Dr. Botros' mission has been to transform many of the laboratory innovations he worked on in the field of nanotechnology into commercial products that can touch the lives of ordinary people like you and me. So, Dr. Botros, the floor is yours. Thank you.
My pleasure to continue the presentation or the talk that Dr. Stoddard, Sir Fraser Stoddard started. Keep in mind two things. Fraser is a chemist, a science. I am an engineer, and that worked very, very well for taking a concept and making a product. You don't find this kind of synergy in many parts of the industrial/academic type of work. So we'll go to my presentation. So the presentation title today is Next Generation Anti-Aging Skincare Using Organic Nanotubes. I'll start with from the back of the title. Organic nanotubes, what are they? How they are useful for anti-aging skincare, and then why we call it next generation. Very simple concept is that when you use any type of skincare or kind of like perfumes, the issue is simple. It works for a small amount of time and then disappears. So you have options, either to put again or to find the mechanism that increases the time and the intensity of this one. So I will speak about the whole thing. Where did we start and what do we have now? Of course, I know most of you coming to see the final result, but this is a little bit not a standard cosmetic type of presentation because it's science-based or data-based. So bear with me until we see where is the value is until the end when we see the product. I just go to the team who started this or who developed this technology, and basically the 4 people who started the management of the team. I think we have a great team. Sir Fraser, 50 years in the field, tons of award. We also brought from Intel Dr. Benjamin Kitkai. He has been with Intel about 8 years. Just to give you about his achievement, he got his PhD from MIT at the age of 21. Dr. Tamer Taha, he's kind of very, very active with 5 years of experience at Intel and more at industry. So this is the management team. And at the end, I'll also recognize the other team members. Exactly that day, 1 year ago, it's just a funny coincidence, me and Fraser and our families were taking breakfast together at the Grand Hotel in Stockholm. And 1 week later, we are at the Nobel ceremony. The funny thing, today is December 4th, and this is almost the time when we had the breakfast attending the ceremony. I'm starting from this point and go flashback to his achievement. He got the Nobel Prize, but 1 decade before, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth as a British knight, also for his scientific achievement. He has a lot of meetings with Prime Minister of China, and the more important one, with Obama at the White House. And the funny thing, I start with doing that, although we try not to get into the politics much, because Obama said a couple of words, they are on a video, so you can get it in YouTube, and really caught my attention. This is Obama saying, the work that's being done here to result in progress, some of which we can't anticipate yet, similar to what Fraser mentioned, but will lead to new products, new materials, new technologies. This statement came from a person, probably he didn't read much about this, but I think he was well briefed by his staff. Look at this, new product, new materials, new technologies. And he said in the same statement, 1 minute later, there means a Nobel Prize winner, delving into the deepest aspect of matter, they are exploring our ability to manipulate molecules. Somebody, I think made this statement to him, but if you look exactly what we did in Panacea Nano, it's exactly these 4 items. Manipulate molecules, creating new materials, new techniques, and finally new product. That's kind of coincidence or luck. This is a meeting that Fraser was there and he was speaking with the media at about November 30. So let's start from what he said. What is our technology? Fraser technically spoke about the technology in simple words. You start from starch, which is corn-based, or you can get it from wheat or rice. Starch, this is the nisha. It's a very simple product. From starch, you can get cyclodextrin. That's known. You can buy cyclodextrin from vendors. It's like a ring with diameter less than 1 nanometer. This is like a ring. It's a truncated cone, but it's a ring. So any correct sign means this statement was said by Obama. This is, you manipulate this structure to make the cubes that Fraser referred to. So with the different structure or different manipulation, you get the ONC. This is, so what we have to do, manipulate molecules, then you go to get a new material. This material is edible. It's like you eat starch. You can eat it, okay. But there is a lot of space inside. You can build a stack of ONC, like these cubes in X, Y, and Z direction by self-assembly. So you don't need much and complicated systems to do it. There is a process there, but you can build. Then you enlarge these systems to make what we call it a crystal. You have the crystals, and this is the real picture. Then this is what they call the new product. Then you expand it and scale it up, you get the powder, and this is the new industry. If you look at all of these items, this is all Obama's statement. Manipulate molecules, new material, new technology, new product. He didn't mention new industry, but that's the base of the work that we have been doing. If you look at this stuff, what is the values there? Very simple. You start from something based on corn. It's a very organic, safe, and you can do it by high density, no problem. This structure, if you look at it, there is a space inside the cube. You can absorb and store and release. That's one. We're starting to move towards the application. Of course, with the technology development and what we have done, you can do loading and unloading of these crystals. You put a time release, then you can use these crystals that made of starch to get products and to use this product for different applications. The company has about 8 platforms, but today, in the interest of Nobel and skincare, we only focus on one. But the work and the IP, intellectual property, is for other product as well. So let's go see how this would work. This basically the cube, the rings, and there is a space. The whole movie will see the cubes rotating, and this ONC block will start moving, and the space inside can be filled. The colors doesn't matter that we put the colors, they are the same ring, but different shapes and different colors to discriminate between different rings, but they are the same. As you can see, this cube is rotating, and with its rotation, there is a space, like Fraser mentioned. The space is big. It's 54% of the volume of the cube, so you can put material there. But that's only one cube with dimension 3 nano by 3 nano by 3 nano. Look at when we have bigger cubes. So this material is 100% green, safe, and can store ingredients. If we move to the next level, the same cube stacked many cubes by self-assembly, and you can enlarge the space like you are building on it in vertical, horizontal, another horizontal direction. As you can see, this is actual diagram. So what is the functionality here we're talking about? As you can see, you can put things or put agents inside the cube. So the ONC functionality, you can store, and then you can load these cubes with different materials, encapsulate molecules, delivery. To make the story short, we have the molecule, you have the agents. The agent may be a drug, cosmetics, anything, flavors, anything you want, and you add this, and it will go and become part of the system, and you can have an integrated loaded cube. This is the agents. This is the loaded cube. That's the whole idea of the products that we are talking about today for Panacea Nano. Yeah, so next we will go. Okay, what is the value proposition? As you can see, this technology is green and completely safe. This is the looking like ONC powder done. This is a real picture from our labs. You can put drugs inside, you can put anti-aging, you can put agents as much as you want, and you can control the loading and unloading mechanism. Unloading means delivery. So you can deliver whatever ingredients to your skin or to some other place. So the technology features that we have, why we say this is a good or breakthrough technology. It's a green technology. This material, after you made the ONC, you can technically eat it. It doesn't taste good, but it's like eating starch. It is mechanical stability. Once you load the agent inside, the agent stays there forever. So it's kind of like a box or a locker, and you put the stuff in, you close it, it doesn't move. You have also the potential of chemical physical stability. Once you put molecules by molecular confinement, they stay there. They don't move or interact. That's very good for different applications. It can accommodate many types of guests for almost or 90% of ingredients for perfumes, for skincare, it goes inside. And it can encapsulate these guests with very high precisions. You can put 10 molecules per cube or 5. You can partially fill the cube or fully fill the cube, and you can control that. It's very high loading efficiency. You can load the molecule between 0, put nothing, to 100%, put half of the weight there. Also, you can control the release, and that's a key advantage. You can say, this release will start at time A with concentration B. You can control that. And then the products that come out of that, we have to talk about it. This is what we are talking about, the products. Again, I focus my presentation on the cosmetics part, but the products are so many. You can go to petrochemical, pharmaceutical, based on the same idea. We started by cosmetics because of some technical and market analysis showed us this is the best product to start in the market. So products, before we start, how the current products work. So we spin off a team at Panacea Nano, get all the high-end cosmetics and start to analyze how do they work. In a nutshell, this is the standard way of how the standard products work. Before that, the graph on the left is very famous in cosmetics and pharmaceutical. When you give a drug or put a cream on your skin, you want it to start working at level with the blue line all the time and never goes up or down. Okay, that's technically easy. But if you look what happened, you have one of two scenarios. You either overload with the drug, so it goes to the toxic level or more, or underload it because you are afraid of the toxic level, so you put it halfway. Both cases are bad, especially for skincare product. So you need something desirable level in the middle. You start and you stay flat. Stay flat like that drug is being released every X number of hours. Look at, for example, antibiotics or even painkiller. You get at the beginning high dose to start making this hump, and then you start reducing it. Many people cannot tolerate it. For skincare, a lot of people will get this kind of irritation in their skin. But in the same time, if you reduce the dose, it is not effective. And once you put the cream, you have no control what's happening. Let's see how this would work. This is the cream. These red dots are the agent. You put it on your skin. After some time, the agents will go down and done. But with the agent go down, there is some amount release. You increase the number of red dots, the amount will go high and high. But the time doesn't go that high. The time goes quickly. So if you reach to the level 3, you are overdosing your skin, but still you are not getting the desired release. For most of these cosmetic or anti-aging products, they work. But the problem, they work for a small amount of time. You have to apply it or overdose yourself from the beginning and still you don't get much time. So that's a difficulty we see in standard product. This is experimental data for about 50 of the market-based cosmetics. As you can see, we keep increasing the loading, it goes high. from 0.2 level intensity to 1.6 to 2.4. 2.4 is dangerous, but all of them die quickly. Your best bet to have something flat at level 0.4 or 0.5 and never goes beyond that. That's the ideal situation. This is what's happening in the market today. So let's go about the idea of ONC. How with ONC we can fix this problem? If fixed, it's like you have a cream on your skin and the cream gradually goes down, whether you use it for application like cosmetics or skin care application. So this is a little bit funny sketch, but it shows you the idea of the whole thing. So at the end of the day, you don't say this is magic. It's logic, but it happens in a very efficient way. The bricks are here. This is the cubes. The agents are in the red dots. This is, say, anti-aging agents. And they are known. They are known in the market. This is standard research done, and you know the good anti-aging per case. This kind of like looking like fluctuating things are stopper. Stopper means that you don't allow the molecule to get out, or you allow it to get out with a certain rate. And what is this gray circle? This gray circle is like coating. You coat the molecules. It might be some kind of useful oil like olive oil or avocado oil or some kind of items you want also to feed it. If you look logically at the scenario, you put molecules, the red ones, you close it, you make it like a lock outside it and some oils behind it. How many degrees of freedom here, or how many control knobs you have? You can define the size of the cube and number of cubes. You make big cubes or small cubes. You can fill the red dots, either make it high concentration, low concentration. You can fill the cubes at different levels. You can put stoppers at some cubes, at all cubes, at none of the cubes. You can put this circle of coating inside the cubes till the end of the cube or beyond the cubes. All of this will control the release, and that will give you the value that we'll talk about. This is like what they call it emulsion. If you get this slide, it is the whole story. If you have, say, multiple ingredients you want to deliver to your skin, without knowing how they deliver, you can put the cream and they will go, and then things will be fine. But look at this one. If I want to start defining the release, after 2 hours, one group of components will go to your skin. After 3 hours, the second group. After 4 hours, the third group. So what you do, you have all of these yellow dots, like these are the coating. And you have also another coating, the gray type of enclosures. And you have the dots. You have, look at this, you have some dots which is green, they are free. They go very quickly to your body. Then the red ones will go after them because the molecules have to travel outside the yellow coating. Then you go to these green ones to the left bottom. As you can see, I have small cubes loaded with molecules. They want to go out. So they start going out, passing through the yellow coating and going. So they come after the green and yellow, but they come delayed. Go to the next level, the slower release. This is the one top left. You can see blue dots, bigger molecules, bigger coating, double coating. So molecules will take more time to travel from inside the cube to outside the cube, to pass the gray area, to pass the yellow area. And all of this kind of can be done very, very precisely engineered. So while you are putting the cream and you are just moving and doing your business, different types of cubes start releasing different kind of ingredients to your skin. Same applies for drug delivery. It's just a matter how to engineer the cubes and what material. The material can be the same one, red cubes here, red dots here, red dots there, different ones. Some vitamins do not work with others, then you have to get them to be released later. So this is the whole idea about the novel skincare. This is a basic diagram to simplify things. You don't want to go for talking about complex stuff. So basically, that's the engineered release on technology. Again, this skincare mechanism, the standards here, you have green, and red and blue cubes. They are going down. Here you have the same cubes, the same dots loaded with different cubes. So if I just go fast forward, how is the mechanism? Initially, the red dots will start going to your skin quickly, right after you put them, increasing the level. Then we are losing the red ones. The loaded cubes with green start to break, but they are not coated and they are small in size. So some of the green ones will start moving, starting the second peak. Then you keep, time will take care of that. The third group will break and starting another thing, the purple, until you run out of all the free agents, and then this case you get another diagram. Look at this one. You have a good control when your cube will break, how much your cube will be lasting until it goes away, and how many profiles you can have. This is the holder. You have 3 parameters here that you can control. Delta, when you start activating the agent, D, which is the time, and C is the concentration level. You play with all of this, you have a design of many, many products. You don't have to overshoot. All the levels can be controlled. And this is the formulation that we have a lot of research done in the formulation, how to formulate that and how to define all of this stuff. Something performance like that, you start by free active in red, then you sit down, start by another one, which is delta 2, C2, D2, and the green one, which is another active, delta 1, C1, D1. So you can tune the release profile. This is in the product, but when you put on your skin, there is not much stuff you feel. It's happening all the time, but you have to know which one will be released. The release also can be triggered by humidity. If your skin gets moist or from sweating in a place like United Arab Emirates, it's hot in summer, you break, the cubes break faster. If you go in air conditioned, the cubes stay longer. So it's even some kind of gets adapted to the system without even you know anything about it. So with all this story, it's simple: cubes, loading, unloading. But how we do the big picture to communicate the whole thing to, to normal customers, if you say it. We have 4 vectors that we work through in the company for this Nobel product. Number 1, actives. You have to select the best of breed active in the market. You buy it, you load it inside the cube. That's number 1. We don't do much here. We get the best actives, we validate, we try to stay organic or green. We don't want the skin to be irritated by anything. But we don't do much stuff in the active. But it's very important to select the right one. And for new actives, you start getting the actives from the vendors. We select which mechanism of encapsulation. We have done a lot based on the ONCs, but we have other ones to host bigger molecules or none, even if very, very big molecules that cannot fit. You define the time release, which is this vector. You need to design the time release. You have 2 components. You want them to come in the same time or come at different times. You design the time release. You mix all of that in the mix of the formulation. This is the cream that you guys will get some kind of sample at the end of today. It looks like a normal cream, but has all of these ingredients. So initial product, we are putting into market 3 initial products for testing. One of them is anti-wrinkle repair night cream. One of them is eye cream, and one of them is serum, skin rejuvenation and serum. These are the 3 products we are entering the market with. We have on the roadmap, we have a lot of items, including to be scented and to add more ingredients. Even some of the groups we're looking at even more exotic cosmetics like skin, stem cell based cosmetics, but still no product on the roadmap. But this is the 3 products that we are starting with. And if you look at, this is again, this is for men and women. This will another. This is how to use them, but again, this is 3 types of product, how to use them, and it's very intuitive. And this is the 5 versions of the product. We have 2 sizes from each, except for the serum size. Again, we look at the market and see which direction the market goes. Again, we are not talking about a mainstream market. We're talking the premium luxury cosmetics. So these are the different types of creams. And if you go to our website, there are very, very good indications. For example, when we give it to test it to people, people say, okay, the cream is not scented. Of course, it's all the material the organic. Can we do a scented cream? Yes, but what kind of scent you need is different from different part of the world. Western world in general, like America, Europe, part of the Middle East like unscented creams, other part like scented creams. All of this that's within control, we can add it. But we start with 3 products that has very, very little scent to them, and just all the product and the ingredient are there. We did also rigorous testing, because one question you get that's very important: how do that what you are talking about is real? It's a very simple test based on some system called the France cell. It's like a membrane they can get for kind of a skin, animal skin or membrane like artificial, and you put the cream on top and you start measuring what goes under it later, like representing the skin, because you cannot put a sensor under somebody's skin. As you can see, the blue graph is what's in the market. You get a quick release and dies. The time is AU. AU means arbitrary unit, because different flavors or different filler will act differently. If it is like high volatile kind of perfume or agent, it goes quickly. So our thing, where is the noble product? The noble product is the green one. As you can see, it doesn't overshoot. It starts within the level. If the level 0.4, which not bad for the skin, it keeps releasing until you finish the content of the filler inside the nanotubes. As you can see, if your 0.4 is your ideal level, your cream or noble-based formulation takes up to 21, 22. The other one is about 2. So you can have this 10x improvement. Of course, if you try to move this level up or down, the number will change. This diagram, I always insist in presenting it, because you can speak about cartoons, all of this, but this is real data, experimental data, patented data, so, and also published data. So basically, you can see that your ONC have better formulation. If you increase it to 0.6, you have 8 or 6 times improvement, and so on. So this is the idea of a nano reservoir. So really, you are not buying a cream to put. You are buying a cream that has a reservoir that can go and the material be replenished to your skin as the day goes. This is pharmaceutical graph, the release. As you can see, the blue one at a certain point was 2 point something, stop releasing, almost the same flat. Our, with the ONC, it keep releasing every once in a while. Until you reach 0.28, you are running out of ingredient inside, so it stop releases. That's the 2 graphs that we have. We tested them for more than 100 ingredients, and we get the same style of graph, and that's why we put arbitrary unit. Arbitrary unit, the unit may be 20 minutes if it is volatile, or 2-3 hours, but you get the same graph across the board. Then somebody will tell you, okay, did you test it with customers? The customer much easier. We get a commercial one, high-end, in bottle called A, and ours in bottle B. And we give it to 100 people who were selected randomly, and tested for 4 weeks. The data we showed, we don't tell them which one is ours and which one is coming from the market. About 97.7 see improvement between our product over others. Of course, you will have some people say it is the same, I don't see many improvement, and that happens. This is function of your skin color, skin type, how many days you apply it, when do you apply it. So that's, we consider that's really good data point, because the customer is the ultimate thing. One person said, it's good, but I would like it to be more scented. That's an input. So he put it, or she put it the same. That's fine. So the scent may play a role, but effectiveness, everybody, they say, almost they have some improvement, and the range will be fine. We saw that we start by the cross ages from 20 to 65 ages year old. So 20-year-old, even people, younger generation, start looking at this one to prevent some aging. 65 and 70, we have people, 1 or 2 ladies, they see better improvement. Of course, the older you are, you see the improvement, because the more anti-aging signs you have. The sample had 6 or 7 men, so that's, we haven't excluded them, but again, they are not the ultimate decider. This market is basically controlled by women. So our presence online, I think that's, we also started our online product store We don't sell any place except the online at www.nobel-skincare.com. There is e-commerce store. You can go and read about the technology, frequency asked questions, all of the ingredients there. And this is basically our presence at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Nobel Skincare US is basically the username or the handle we have, and there is more details there, and my people try to update it with all the product and product data. And what is the conclusion now? What we have, we have generating a technology for multiple platforms for cosmetics. Some question I get, will the perfume will be next format? Yes, it will come, but when? That's different for different markets. Value proposition, very simple. Skincare with molecular precision. That's everybody agreed about it. We can control the precision up to 3-4 nanometer to deliver the ingredients to your skin. Of course, the product, we have 3 products, one for the eye, one for the face, and one for skin rejuvenation. The plan, we have only one website, but later we're just starting to release the product last week. This is our first kind of trip to show the launch of the product in very hot area like here. And definitely that's what we are expanding internally and externally.
Noble, the most advanced and high-tech luxury anti-aging skincare product line, is based on the 2016 Nobel Prize-winning technology by Sir Fraser Stoddart, company co-founder and chief technology officer. Sir Fraser Stoddart received the Nobel Prize for his discovery of the molecular machine, nanomachines, that give us the capability to move and manipulate molecules. Inspired by his Nobel-winning discovery, Panacea Nano applied this technology to create a new way to move and manipulate skincare ingredients to improve their performance in anti-aging products. With this radically new and unique approach to beauty and skincare, the Noble product line was born with the invention of a molecular box called Organic Nanocube, or ONC for short. ONC boxes are smart, functional nanomaterials made from 100% renewable sources using natural and biodegradable materials. They are extremely small storage boxes. The width of an ONC box can reach 3 nanometers in length, which is 30,000 times smaller than the width of a single human hair. Since they are so small, ONC boxes can store and protect individual molecules, which are programmed to be delivered and released at controlled rates and times. In a Noble skincare formulation, ONC boxes are the molecular delivery vehicles that transport and inject specific anti-aging molecules directly into the skin, with higher penetrations working continuously throughout the whole day or evening for constant skin revitalization, renewal, and repair. This molecular precision enables Noble products to reduce visible signs of aging more effectively and more precisely through precise and controlled delivery of active skincare ingredients, controlled extended release formulation, higher skin depth penetration, and improved protection of ingredients for longer product effectiveness. To achieve its high performance, the creation of each Noble product goes through a rigorous scientific process. First, Noble has established a method for identifying, testing, and verifying the effectiveness of many anti-aging active ingredients discovered worldwide, which are carefully selected and loaded into the ONC storage boxes. Second, to protect sensitive anti-aging ingredients from being degraded by the external environment, Noble further surrounds the ONC boxes with various types of encapsulation layers. Extensive analysis and studies on the cross-interaction among the various ingredients are done to ensure that they are fully protected and preserved. And finally, to create a more customized treatment, the ONC boxes are engineered to release each active ingredient according to desired time release profiles. This level of control to protect and program the release of individual skincare modules for a customized skin treatment would not be possible without the ONC technology. Typical products in the market today have no control over the delivery of skincare ingredients to the skin. Ingredients are released very rapidly and last only for a short time. It's like dumping all of them onto your skin at once. However, unlike other products, Noble has the ability to selectively control the release of various anti-aging molecules for a time-programmed treatment, operating at high precision over many hours. This innovative technology enables Noble anti-aging products to outperform other products in the market, up to 10 times in terms of effective treatment duration. Noble is the next generation of highly advanced skincare with scientific precision down to single molecules. This is the level of precision Noble has. It is skincare with molecular precision.
Next, basically acknowledging for the team that made us to reach this step. Of course, we are here, this group that developed the technology, and we have Fraser, who's the CTO, and Benji, Director of Platform Development. Dr. Samir is the business development. Matt is the responsible for the facility and generating the high volume. I think his life will be hard in the coming few weeks. This lady, Jenny, she does all the online kind of like advertising and marketing, and she's just pretty efficient. And I don't see much work for the CEO, because if you work with these people, your life is becoming easier and you just can come present what they tell you. So basically, that's the final conclusion. And of course, we thank Fraser for getting out of his time. And I'll explain something about his schedule last week. He traveled from Netherlands to Chicago, to Hong Kong, to London, back in Hong Kong, Chicago, United Arab Emirates in less than 6 days, and he was here today. It's very difficult to get some time from him, especially after the recent recognition, but we're glad that he's participating in the company as a CTO, looking at the roadmap and different directions, and really we have an amazing team. I hope that we can continue to deliver some good results for the people and customers. Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you very much.